Working at UV TV, motherfucker. I'm gonna kick spiritual ass and do this for my people. Oh God. Nigga feather me in. Today I'm gonna be talking about I am the greatest content creator for Gen Z for teaching about spirituality without sounding pseudo. And you have to put mad emphasis on that last part. So I'm gonna say that again. I am the greatest content creator for Gen Z for teaching about spirituality without sounding pseudo. Gotta put hella emphasis on that last part. Cause a lot of motherfuckers be charlatans, a lot of motherfuckers be lost, and they try to put it in that box of spirituality and stuff like that. They trying to put it in that realm of reality, like, oh yeah, I know how to be conscious aware and stuff like that. And they only consciously aware, they have no common sense, and they have no subconscious awareness about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they teach about metaphysics and stuff like that, or they teach about occultism. They be talking about a whole bunch of different spiritual practices, some witch and wizard, voodoo, hoodoo, all whatever the fuck and stuff like that. And it be some miniature diaphragm of something that look like it's spiritual that got nothing to do with the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be talking about it in a way where they're talking about things that are godly or things that are celestial, things that are heavenly and stuff like that, that God don't be giving a fuck about. God as in all possibilities. And they be talking about some godly like things or something that's on a high vibration in the sense of them perpetuating it like they're mentally superior or spiritually superior, or they are medicine men, medicine women and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it just be cosplaying on a higher percentage scale. You know what I'm saying? It'd be it'd be like certain terminologies they be using. They'll be all like, "Oh, I'm a spiritualist." Like it's like they look at it and some college educated philosophical branch, some institutionalized Masonic degree of what they think is spirituality, what they think is something that's esoteric, but it's packaged in a way that's still in a program. It's still in a diaphragm, and you would even be talking about the way you was talking about it unless you got indoctrinated reading some motherfucker's book and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And they probably got a degree in fucking you know what I'm saying? Like, because motherfuckers be having degrees and this shit. Like, motherfuckers be like, because I got a PhD or I have this name and title, that means I'm more spiritual than your ass, when in reality, they really ain't that. They actually lack it, and they learn all their spirituality from some college course or some shit like that, some scholarship, instead of them trying to learn about it themselves in so on ship and form. Replace the word spiritual with creative, and then everything start making sense. That's why I'm saying it and making stake and making claim for that shit when it comes to consistency, when it comes to me putting certain things that are utmost importance for the way I diaphragm it and how I built it up over time of how I started to talk about it, from the fact of, because just in general, right? Like, I know what the title says, but this is really just the quality of being naturally great and superior when it comes to being into that state of being. So if it's natural greatness, if it's naturally trying to make something that's supreme, naturally trying to make something that's better, it's not something that's crafted based upon an agenda, based upon some marketing, based upon promo, based upon how much ad I got, based upon how much liquid I got. So like monetary gain, Americanized money and stuff, not to say something wrong with that, but people get lost into the exaggeration based upon the name and title, based upon the monetary gain, based upon what motherfuckers have, but they don't got it. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's just natural. It's based upon the networking. It's based upon who they know, not the ability or not the talent or the gift or the skill of what they're able to show, and how they can put that into different diaphragms, into different pockets, while also being themselves at the same time. It's just based upon that, and that shit gets expedited. That thing, it in itself gets exaggerated, and then it turns to like a exaggerated ego. And from that exaggerated ego, they be thinking they doing more than what they actually doing. No, it's you doing what you doing at a lesser scale, talking about things in a small pocket, small world, that's not really that extensive, that's not really that broad, that's really not that creative, is not that new, and you just going based upon the institutionalized slavery type of thought. Because if you so naturally good at that thing, then you will be able to gain more attention span and be able to be attractive. So it's just drawing attention. You know how I be saying masculine, feminine, attention, attractive, thoughts, feelings, meanings and reasonings, emotions and feelings, direction, containing, condensing, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Masculine, feminine, men and women, Adams or Eves, daybreak, twilight zone, and stuff like that. So you'll be able to go on a long period of time. For one, you'll be able to do it for a long period of time. Two, you can talk about the essence and the substance, the subconscious standing for something at high magnitude, so then it start to look like it's outstanding. So anybody else who try to be in your pocket or in your lane, they'll get outclassed because clearly you're a better orator. Clearly you're better at doing that thing better than they can, and things of that nature. Now, that's why I had to put in Pacific, oh, I'm just talking about motherfuckers in Gen Z, unless I'm missing something and I ain't catching it, and I'll be watching everybody. So unless I'm missing something, I ain't seeing no up and coming motherfuckers who be talking about spirituality, and you know what I'm saying, who be talking about spirituality the way how I be talking about it, and be really consistent and be really good at it. And if I'm not the best at that, I am one of the best at that, as in the up and coming and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get motherfuckers just based on just based upon the title. We in a seat bar. We in a Leo sun and we in a Leo moon. I can pop my shit right now. You know what I'm saying? I can act that spirited right now. I can act that expressive right now. I can act that bold right now. And the shit just gonna hit. But regardless, right, from me trying to get attention that way, from me being in that spark or me want to be seen in that light, just in general, I have the credentials to actually prove that, just based upon how much I've been doing for the past fucking 10, 11, about to be a year, 10, 11 months, almost to a year. So just in general, right, got like 160 videos and stuff, and then I be mad consistent. And then I say since March, I really done upped it. I really done started doing that shit even more, to where it be all like two uploads some days, one upload that day and stuff like that, but it be real consistent. And then based upon that consistency, it shows my ability of me doing it in repetition. I'm trying to get better and better of how to keep on doing it, to the point to where it's nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I'm UV the Feather Maid. We on UV TV, and I'm gonna be talking about teaching, knowledge, wisdom, and experiences, and me have my own creative outlook or perspective and worldview of how I like to go about it, and then I can slowly but surely gain a community out of it. I'm not trying to say, cause I don't even got motherfuckers who around my age who really into what the fuck I'm into. But I'm gonna make it appealing to show I'm one of the first motherfuckers to do this shit, and then over time, motherfuckers gonna get appeal. Motherfuckers gonna start paying attention to it, and things of that nature. And then I don't got nobody in my ear. I don't got no handlers. I don't got no managers. I don't got niggas in my ear trying to tell me, oh, UV, you should do a video about this. Oh, you should talk about this because this is trending right now. Oh, this is current right now. So you should talk about this subject matter, and you should do it in this way and stuff like that. And you should hang with this group of people, and you can get some likeness if you do it like this and stuff like that. No, it's all self-sufficient. It's all independent. It's all me and what the fuck I'm trying to do for the most part. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to like keep my. I'm not even trying to say like my family don't like what I'm doing just in general, but it's me just showing in general, like just knowing in my ear, making me do this, and I'm the only motherfucker around me who like to do what I'm doing, and I'm the only motherfucker with the intelligence or the. I'm trying to go the distance with that thing. I'm trying to pop out and show myself and express myself in that type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. That's all. I don't got nobody else around me who trying to be the walking star, walking representation, walking emanation of what the fuck I'm doing when it comes to consecration, when it comes to knowledge and teaching and spirituality and things of that nature. And, you know what I'm saying? Making something substantiated when it comes to Gen Z and Pacific. Unless I'm missing something. Because the oldest Gen Z is 29. From 29 all the way down to people who Gen Alpha right now and stuff like that, even though they not even old enough. But I say motherfuckers who like 15 right now. I put it like that. Like from like 29 to like motherfuckers who like probably like in high school, 15, 14, shit like that, start transmuting to Gen Alpha. Them motherfuckers, I ain't seeing nobody else doing what the fuck I'm doing like that, for one. And then if they is doing it, they is not doing it as consistency. They is not doing it as consistent, and they not doing it as much, and they not doing it as creative, and they're not being that abundant of making that state and claim of, oh, this what it is, this what I'm doing, and then, you know what I'm saying, trying to shoot for the star. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be the walking emanation. I'm trying to be the walking star, not the inverted star, not the Baphomet, not the demonic nature, not the lower nature, not the degenerate shit. The actual, oh yeah, like it is what it is, and then that's it. And then on top of that, none of that shit sounding pseudo. Cause it don't matter what video you gonna pull up, it don't matter what shit you gonna pull up. I could go into extensive detail about what the fuck I said, stand on what the fuck I said, and it not sound pseudo. And then the only thing that it's gonna turn into is some self-projection of some exaggeration of some methodology, or based upon what some white man in a suit and tie or some white man in a lab coat taught y'all based upon the scientific method, and it's not credible unless it has that scientific proof behind it. It's not credible unless it has extensive research because of this, that, and the third from motherfuckers trying to, you know what I'm saying, test that shit out like a lab rat, which is really just them trying to make some technology out of it to capitalize off of it. So just in general, yeah, that's the quality of being naturally great and superior. So if I'm doing it better, if I'm at a way higher state of being, put it like that. I'm using my state of being and what makes up a state. You know what I'm saying? What makes up a state? A state has different cities and towns and men and women and stuff like that. So it's me understanding the civilization. The civilization has different men and women. And from me being an organism and me trying to make an organization based upon what I'm associating with. Don't look at associations like people. Look at it like my internal people, the men and women. I'm trying to make an allegory right now, right? It's just a parable. So for me, understanding my masculine and feminine, my thoughts and ideas, and then I'm trying to make some civilization out of that is me trying to make an organization so it can function in the right areas. So that's what I'm doing when it comes to me staking claim when it comes to content creation and Gen Z and knowledge and teaching and spirituality for the most part. And a lot of motherfuckers get caught up in different pockets thinking it's some spirituality type of shit, but it's really just you getting lost into a divination instead of you trying to understand your own divine nature and then create your own way of how to go about that. And let's say you're talking about some culture, it's just some culture that you're cosplaying from someone else's culture and you don't know your own culture, and then you try to make it seem like it's something spiritual based upon how much you know about that culture, but you're not trying to understand your own culture. You're not trying to understand your own ancestors. You're not trying to understand your own starting point from how you even came to be in the first place to make you do what you do and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be talking about all that type of shit. And then I know how to have that spiritual discernment to where I can tell the difference and I'm not trying to get mixed in. I ain't trying to get absorbed to other people's shit or step on somebody's esoteric toes if I'm aware of what the shit they did based upon their background, their ethnicity, and where they come from and their culture and their shit. Like that's all it means when it comes to being great. It's large in scale. So it's extensive. It's elaborate. It's the most frequent. It's the most consistent. You can see the motherfucker is the most frequent, the most consistent, the most, you know what I'm saying? So it be motherfuckers who be trying to make up, keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with video essays and stuff like that. But motherfuckers be, you know what I'm saying? Like they known for that, but motherfuckers gotta make a whole edited video and stuff and be talking for fucking like an hour straight. Based upon some edited video. Keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with doing it like that either. Like you like FD Signify or something like that. There's nothing wrong with that either. But it just turns into like that coon type of energy where it's like you kind of downing your own people in a sense. And you talking about what they did and your opinions on it. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You ain't talking about some shit that you could do so it could either prevent motherfuckers who like that, or it turns to something to where it be like, you get on to them, but you have no school or curriculum or scholarship or your own culture or your own people behind what the fuck you got going on and stuff like that. And that's really what I'm trying to do, all the way down to that's really what I'm trying to do, what I'm doing right now and stuff like that. So it's like yeah. So if you not in the foremost, if you not in the front, if you not the one who's being seen in that light and popping your shit in that type of way and stuff like that, you're just gonna get left behind. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna get dragged behind. So that's the thing that's making me great. That's the thing that's making me outstanding. And I go broad. So for me making it broad, it's not just me talking about someone else's worldviews. It's not just me talking about someone else's culture. It's me having that spiritual discernment of my own way of how I look at it, while also getting into the essence of where they coming from to make it so they made that as a thing in the first place with any topic that I'll be talking about, because I have a lot of nuance and subject matter. And if I have a broad, extensive subject matter and I'm not just talking about one shape and form pocket of what that is, that lets you know, oh, okay, this motherfucker has a lot of attention span. He has a lot of awarenesses and he be seeing that shit. So it's like in the spiritual realm, that's like me flying around. And from me flying around, I'm able to condense it into different shapes and forms and examples and parables and metaphors that I'll be talking about all the fucking time. So in general, that lets you know, oh, okay, like it's me flowing around. I'm trying to go the distance with that thought and feeling. I'm trying to go the distance of how far can I take that. And in general. So overall, it's kind of that putting yourself first quality. It's basically me trying to be ahead of the curve. So it's me sparking and starting it regardless if motherfuckers are watching me or not type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even give a fuck a lot of time. Or if I get a lot of comments, or if motherfuckers not liking my shit, or people who be around me and stuff like that. they'll support somebody else, but they ain't supporting what the fuck I'm doing. Even though over time it just make you know that they are more of a monitoring spirit and they following you for different reasons, but y'all get what the fuck I'm trying to say. So I have way more meaning and reasoning and purpose and intention behind what I'm doing, and that's the thing that's gonna make it more essential. That's the thing that's gonna make it more spiritual. That's the thing that's gonna make it more substantive, right? Because I'll be talking about a lot of supernatural shit, but it's a purity behind it. So if it's a purity behind it and it comes more naturally, it's something that's gonna be more divine. So it's me understanding on a higher scale of what some shit is, not me being under something. No, I'm over that too, because I'm observing what the fuck that is to make that in the, you know what I'm saying, to like, for any subject matter I be talking about, I'm basically observing what that is. I always look at it from that lens. Like, what the fuck is that? What's the meaning and reason, and what's the intention behind someone would even think like that in the first place to do that? And what's the accumulation of what leads to them doing that in the first place? So it's kind of like, it's like naturally, anything I'll be talking about, it be going over motherfuckers' heads. Because they be like, what the fuck is you talking about? Or they'll say it in a way to where they just say it's pseudo, but really they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, or more accurately, they're not trying to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because it come off like I'm going against a societal norm. It's gonna come off like, oh, I'm going against a religion. It's gonna come off like, oh, I'm going against someone's sense of spirituality. It's gonna come off like, oh, I'm going against someone else's philosophy. I'm going against Kemetism. I'm going against some Jewish mysticism motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm going against occultism. It feel like I'm going against, or I'm trying to make more enemies. I'm trying to make more ops. Well, I'm trying to make y'all understand why they even think like that in the first place. The only reason it come off opposing is because you just don't know what I'm talking about. So from you having that lack of knowing, that lack of knowledge, and you not trying to go into the deep details and figure out what that thing is yourself, you kind of want to cast stones at me based upon your own misunderstanding. So it leads to the energy of what the fuck I'm talking about right now. Oh, I'm always being misunderstood because motherfuckers ain't trying to stand on shit in the first place. That's why motherfuckers gonna end up missing a target if they even try to put me in a certain diaphragm of making me look a certain way based upon what the fuck I'm talking about in general, because it's gonna come off spooky to them. That's why I be trying to take away that spookism, because it just be exaggeration, and it be like a fear mongering tactic to make y'all go against y'all thinking for yourselves. And that's all I be doing when it comes to everything I be talking about. I be thinking for myself, while also at the same time understanding the essence, the state of being, the state of awareness, to why something became something that in the first place. And that's all spirituality is, the actuality of putting yourself into a multitude of different spaces while also still being yourself. So it's like being yourself in front of a million different people, and I understand the natural state of being to why it's like that in the first place, and I want to create my own states of being. I want to create my own city and state in that realm. So it's basically me just utilizing my intelligence. And I'll understand all my different awarenesses, and not just based upon the awarenesses of my brain, not just the awarenesses based upon the different chakras and stuff like that, because all those are just different awarenesses. It's me understanding all my different organs, and all your organs are different awarenesses, not just me utilizing my brain. It's just my brain is going to utilize it in a way to where it can be articulated, and you know what I'm saying? I can utilize it based upon mind matter, because it's the different neurons that's gonna make it so I can have that psychological awareness and stuff like that. But all those different awarenesses, aka different organs, are a part of your body. That's why they be like, your vital organs are the ones that are more above the horizon. That's why when it comes to medical astrology, it be represented like the first house is the head, and then the second house is the throat, and then the third house is like the collarbone, the fourth house is the heart, the fifth house is like your stomach area, gut instincts, and solar plexus and stuff like that. And then the sixth house represent like the navel type of area and the nerves and stuff. And then anything below the horizon is start to go into your goddamn the collarbone. I mean, not the collarbone. I forgot what the fuck this called. You know what I'm saying? But like around like the pubic area. I forgot what the fuck that shit called. Like your abdomen, like your pelvis. Yeah, like the abdomen, the pelvis type of area. And then eighth house is gonna go into the dick and balls, or the pussy area. You know what I'm saying? Vagina area, the ovaries. And then ninth house being the thighs, and then 10th house being the knees. And then 11th house being like your shins and stuff, your shins, and then 12th house being your feet. But that's the whole thing based upon that medical astrology and things of that nature, right? It's just talking about different areas that's activating different areas on an overall scale, and it's like a as above, so below type of thing. So it's like us being inside of a being on on a micro scale, based upon we being inside this atmosphere. And then on a micro scale, we're playing that. We have miniature versions of what that is. And that's just our blood cells. So based upon those different blood cells and bacteria, we make those things function the way it's supposed to be inside our internal atmosphere. But that's really getting into a whole different video. But just in general, right? That's the only way you're going to be great. That's the only way you're going to be superior. And it's you being mentally flexible and mentally strong enough to withhold all those different things for you to go the distance for that, for whatever aspiration, for whatever purpose that you want to actually accomplish based upon your goals. And you have to be willing to take spiritual responsibility for what the fuck you're doing, and willing to take that accountability for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's basically up to you if you want to be satisfied with that or not. But you have to take everything that's coming with it. So for me, even saying what I'm saying right now, speaking how I'm speaking, yeah, I'm the greatest content creator for Gen Z when it comes to teaching about spirituality without sounding pseudo. Yeah, it's like I have to take, it's like holding up positioning. And then a lot of y'all got tricked out y'all position in a multitude of different ways. It's probably gonna happen to me. I'm not trying to invite no type of energy, but it's like, yeah, especially like online, like, yeah, like I'm really just that. And a lot of y'all get tricked out y'all position based upon dichotomies, based upon procrastination, and based upon a whole bunch of different distractions to make y'all not stay on y'all mission for the most part, to make y'all not uphold that position, because you end up getting distracted based upon the money, the validation, the like button, the views, trying to appeal to a certain crowd while also forgetting where your crowd came from, the starting point in the first place, to make it so you do what you do in the first place. All the way down to, that's why I be saying shit like, yeah, I'm doing this for my people who are in the same sentiment as me. If you're not in the same sentiment, I don't even give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not in the same sentiment, or at least trying to understand what the fuck I'm talking about, I really don't give a fuck. Like, oh God, like, I don't even care. Like, I can understand if you don't understand it, but yeah, you go, it's like a agree to disagree type of thing. You go your way, I go my way. You don't get me, and I ain't trying to put a lot of attention span to understand why you don't get me either. I'm gonna just move on to the next thing, and then that's it, for the most part. So clearly we can tell the difference. And then nobody else want to be into what the fuck I'm talking about. So it's just gonna turn to that. And then anybody else, where y'all try to exaggerate it based upon their views, based upon who they know, based upon their connections and stuff like that, based upon their handlers, based upon, you know what I'm saying? Like the exaggeration. And let's say it turned to a thing, you want to put me next to other motherfuckers who probably content creators. You want to put me to other motherfuckers who y'all consider conscious community motherfuckers and things of that nature. And they'll be like, oh, but you got this nigga, he doing this thing. How come you can't link up with this nigga? How come you can't be around these people because of this, that, and the third? And then I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to start turning into me showing y'all how they lost in a multitude of different areas and stuff like that. And it's not me trying to be a spiritual hater, because the minute you start getting real spiritual and stuff like that, that's how it's going to start feeling. It's going to start feeling like you the only motherfucker who's spiritual and nobody else is spiritual. And then you start questioning everybody else who not that, and they care about some material shit, or they give a fuck about how something is seen based upon the monetary gain, the material value and stuff like that. So you feel like you the biggest in the world. You feel like you in the biggest space. You feel like, you know what I'm saying? You feel like everyone trying to copy, everyone trying to manipulate, everyone trying to pay attention to shit that you got going on and stuff like that, and try to trick you out your own position and spot. Really, that's just when it comes with being a man, and then you end up being good at something, and then you trying to pop your shit, and you trying to be successful at it. That's what it comes with, and that leads to that competition type of energy. That's when it leads into that what they call that, bro, I just had it. It was like the competition type of energy, and it's gonna turn to something else. I just had it, but I lost a thought. But yeah, overall, y'all get my point. So I be trying to, and then on Triple Earth, I be Triple Earth. So even then, right, I think based upon Earth. I think based upon material. I think based upon being grounded. I think based upon it being solidified, it being substantiated. So if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So I think sensual as in the physical, like touch, but I also think based upon the spiritual senses, and that's based upon common sense. So my sensitivity be high, like I'm playing Call of Duty or something like that. My sensitivity be high, and I'll be sensitive to the senses. So I'll pick up the common mentality just off little shit. Like, I don't even gotta see it in reality even though sometimes I do based upon me being triple earth. So I'm all like, I want to put that shit to the test. I want to see some shit like that in reality. I want to see that shit in the physical. And I'm like, oh, okay, I really don't. But I can just tell just from the thinking quality, oh, I can see where that's going. And I can see the attention. I can see the starting point where they're coming from to why they even have that attention span and why they caring about it in the first place. And based upon what they're paying attention to is going to attract that attractive energy. So it's going to attract different entities and attract different energies around them based upon what they're paying attention to. And that's going to show what they like to have in their space. It's going to show what they like to have in their parameter, so to speak. What they like to have in their environment, what's familiar to them. And now start to figure out why is they doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like why they like having these type of things around them? What's the thing that's making them feel like they could you know what I'm saying? Like be in that creative pocket for the most part. And that's really all I'm doing based upon consecration. I have a pocket and I'm trying to fulfill that pocket. And I'm making a lot of different content that people can absorb into and they could soak up all that game and drain from it. And then I'll create more off of it. And not just based upon money, but just based upon me being better at that ability to do it overall in the first place. And then all it really leads to is me making it possible for myself based upon that potential. And that's what I'm doing. I'm actualizing the potential of what the fuck I'm talking about right now. So even if a motherfucker gonna come on this video and they sit there and be like, nah, motherfucker, you just being your ego. You not the best because of this, that, and the third. It's just me already kind of gassing myself up to show you I am that. And then anybody else who you feel like is on that, okay, we can just see that then. Based upon I've been doing this for like what, about to be a year. Okay, let's see throughout the years and stuff like that. How long they gonna keep on trying to uphold that? How long they gonna keep on holding that up? Because a lot of motherfuckers gonna stop just based upon the money. They gonna stop just based upon the monetary gain and stuff like that. Keep in mind, I pay bills too. But you get the point that I'm trying to say. Motherfuckers end up stopping it and stop upholding it and stuff just based upon the lookership. Just based upon the like button, just based upon the validation, and they be having validation issues and stuff like that. So from just off of that, they gonna stop doing it. But then you end up and then at that point, it's gonna make you see why they doing it in the first place, because it's gonna come off like a charlatan type of energy. Like the only reason you into it is because it's trendy, or that's the thing that's hot right now, so you're trying to capitalize off of it, but you're not really into that. You into the monetary gain aspects or the commercial aspects from doing it, but you don't really give a fuck about it. That's the difference. I actually give a fuck about this. I care about it, and I'm motivating myself, putting my own battery in my back to keep on going with it without no one telling me to do that. So it's going to be me being more free-flowing because I'm actually utilizing my free will, and this is the shit I'm actually giving a fuck about. And at the same time, I don't really see that many other people, especially Gen Z, who in my lane doing what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm appealing to motherfuckers who are around my age group who have somebody like a spiritual next door neighbor and stuff like that to where they could talk to about those type of things. And then it just go from there. And then that's it.